2 Samuel chapter 17. And Ahithophel said to Absalom, I shall choose indeed for myself 12,000 men, and I shall rise up and pursue after David at night. And I shall come upon him, and he will be tiring and loosening his hand, and I shall startle him. And all the people with him shall flee, and I shall strike the king alone. And I shall return all the people to you, in which manner a bride returns to her husband. Besides, you seek the life of one man, and all the people will be at peace. And the word was pleasing in the eyes of Absalom, and in the eyes of all the elders of Israel. And Absalom said, Call indeed Hushai the Archite, and I shall hear what is in his mouth, and indeed of him. And Hushai entered to Absalom. And Absalom said to him, saying, According to this thing Ahithophel spoke. Shall we do according to his word? But if not, you speak. And Hushai said to Absalom, It is not good, this counsel which Ahithophel counseled this one time. And Hushai said, You know your father and his men, that they are exceedingly mighty, and their soul is very bitter, as a bear being made childless in the plain. And your father is a warrior man, and in no way shall he rest the people. For behold, he now hides in one of the canyons, or in one of the places. And it will be, when they fall upon them at the beginning, that one shall hear the hearing, and should say, There was a devastation among the people following after Absalom. And indeed, any son of power whose heart is as the heart of a lion, in melting away shall melt away. For all Israel knows that your father is mighty, and the sons of power are all with him. Thus advising, I advised. And all Israel in gathering together shall gather together unto you from Dan and unto Beersheba, as the sand upon the sea in multitude, and your presence shall be going in the midst of them. And we shall come upon him in one of the places, whichever we should find him there, and shall camp upon him as falls the dew upon the ground. And we shall not leave behind in him, and of his men with him, even indeed one. And if he should gather into the city, then all Israel shall take lines against that city, and drag it apart unto the rushing stream, unto not leaving behind there neither a stone. And Absalom said, and every man of Israel, The counsel of Hushai the Archite is good over the counsel of Ahithophel. And the Lord gave charge to efface the good counsel of Ahithophel, so that the Lord should bring the bad things upon Absalom. And Hushai said to Zadok and to Abiathar the priests, So and so advised Ahithophel to Absalom and to the elders of Israel, and so I advised. And now send quickly and report to David, saying, You should not lodge the night according to the descent of the wilderness, but by passing over, pass over, so that the king should not be swallowed down, and all the people with him. And Jonathan and Ahimaaz stopped at the spring of Rogel, and came forth the maidservant, and she reported to them. And they went and reported to King David, for they were not able to appear to enter into the city. And a young man beheld them, and he reported to Absalom. And the two went quickly, and they entered into a house of a man in Bahurim, and unto his cistern in the courtyard, and went down there. And a woman took and opened and spread out a covering over the mouth of the cistern, and she cooled dried clusters upon it, and they did not know the thing. And the servants of Absalom came to the woman into the house, and said, Where is Ahimaaz and Jonathan? And the woman said to them, They went for a little water. And they sought and did not find them, and they returned unto Jerusalem. And it came to pass, after their going forth, they ascended from out of the cistern, and went, and reported to King David. And they say to him, Rise up, and pass over the water quickly, for thus Ahithophel has counseled against you. And David rose up, and all the people with him, and passed over the Jordan until the light of the morning, until one was not aware of who did not pass over the Jordan. And Ahithophel knew that he had not taken his counsel. And he saddled his donkey, and rose up, and went forth to his house in his city. And he gave charge to his household, and he hung himself, and died. And they entombed him in the burying place of his father. And David went through unto Mahanaim, and Absalom passed over the Jordan, he and every man of Israel with him. And Absalom placed Amasa instead of Joab over the force. And Amasa was a son of a man, and the name to him was Ithra, the Israelite, who entered to Abigail, daughter of Nahash, sister of Zeruiah, the mother of Joab. And Absalom camped, and all Israel in the land of Gilead. And it came to pass, when David entered into Mahanaim, that Shobi the son of Nahash from out of Rabbah of the sons of Ammon, and Machir the son of Ammiel from out of Lo-debar, and Barzillai the Gileadite from out of Rogelim, brought beds, and spreads, and kettles, and ceramic utensils, and wheat, and barley, and flour, and beans, and lentils, and toasted grain, and honey, and butter, and sheep, and cheese from oxen. And they brought near to David and to the people with him to eat. For they said, The people are hungering and fainting and thirsting in the wilderness.